I'm Tanya, and I'm going to do something for our jewelry design students today. We have a challenging part of our curriculum, which is the top side and end view, specifically of rings. And it's in the creative and technical drawing side of things. It's part of our diploma program. So I thought I would help you out and do a couple of pieces for you to see how they're done at super speed. And then you can practice a little at home. And for those of you who are from YouTube joining us today, we hope that you'll find this fun and interesting, and we hope that you'll check out our programs live on our website. Thank you. So we need some sketch ideas, something like this on a piece of paper to discuss with our customer what it is they want. So the way we do that is, first of all, we need to make sure that we have the customer's size. And let's say the size is 20 millimeters. And then we're going to start by putting a guideline in the middle of the paper, and we're going to make it an accurate guideline at 20 millimeters. So there I have my 20 millimeter finger hole lines. Great. Then we take a piece of tracing paper to come up with sketch ideas. So here I've got my tracing paper, and I could say to my customer, you know, how do you like to have your ring? We could have a nice, let's say, large stone somewhere in the middle of the ring, or maybe the customer already has a stone. That's also a possibility. We have to think about, how is the stone going to be set? Is the stone going to be set with prongs? Is it a cabochon? Is it a faceted stone? And then we can also draw in our finger hole guidelines. So this is one idea. Another idea might be to do something a little bit more fancy. And that makes for a very interesting band. Of course, the finger is running through the band like that and like that. Now, if we wanted to do a bit more intricate of design, let's say that we draw a nice big stone, and let's say our customer says the first one is too simple and the second one is too feminine, and they want something a little bit more masculine. All right, so our customer says, yes, I like this design. Now we're going to make this in top side and end view. Great. So we can come back to this guideline that we already prepared for us, and we can actually measure our gemstone a moment, and we can see that our gemstone is about 14 by 10. So we're going to put the 14 by 10 right in the center here. Then we can measure, and this is a cabochon. I didn't put any facets on it, so it's a cabochon for this particular one. Great, so this is how far it comes out. And if we put our stones, so let's think about how we're going to set the interior stones. We can have a channel here. We could also be holding the stone in place, which is interesting. Now you notice I've done it on one side only, and that's because I'm going to flip it. There we go. So that is how we get the symmetry. Fantastic. So now we have our top view, and we're going to convert that into a side view and then an end view. Good. Before I do that, I'm going to make sure that we can clearly see everything and that we have got everything in place. And you notice how I always turn my piece of paper. It's very important to turn the paper to make sure that your hand is comfortable in order for you to get everything in the right place. Good. And not to forget my finger hole lines, which will come out of the ring on both sides. So now we're going to do the side view. And to do the side view, the first thing that's very important is to have the finger hole lines. And we can decide whether we're going to put that center on or center off. So I'm going to make it center off, which is to bring it up just a little bit. Now we're going to have to think about the stone and make sure that we can accommodate the stone. And we're going to have to think about how this is coming up and where the highest points are going to be. Remember that it's up to you as a designer to decide how high. So, are we going to be able to see the cabochon? Well, let's have a look. it's pretty protected with all of the other parts around it. So maybe I would only see this small part of the cabochon. Great. So from here, the stones that you see here, they're actually facing inwards, and therefore you wouldn't see them from the side view. In fact, all you would see is from this portion to that portion being one straight flat line straight across, and that would be it. Good. So that's all we have on our side view, and very quickly we must highlight it. So we're going to do the end view. We need to make sure that we have all of our guidelines in place. And if your template skids and moves, make sure you go back and you realign it, because you need to be accurate here. So now we've got the right place to put our end view. And just to make sure that it is right, we should check 1, 2, and 3 and bring it over here and check is it accurate. Good. It should be the same as this, and it should be the same as this. Now, generally what I do is I turn my piece of paper, and I know that this is the top, and this is the side, and this is my bottom, and that's where I will relay all of the different sections of this ring. So the first thing I'm going to draw is this bottom section. Why? Because the bottom section is really simple. So this little direction, this little area is the same as this little area. Now this is going from quite wide here, and then it tapers down to 5, like that. And then we are going to look at this area here, which is the top of the ring, and we're going to find where the top is, and then we can join all the parts together. So that is the top section, which is a flat section on our ring that comes straight across. So that's going to be our shank. The stones will not be noticed because they're facing inwards. And then we have the cabochon, which we know is at a different height. So we're going to bring that one across and along. We know that our cabochon is that high, and we know that it comes from this point to this point, and that the base of the cabochon we had determined was here. So the cabochon in this direction would be running like this. So if we were to draw that in now, of course, properly. This is a different view if we turn it and we look in this direction. The view on the other side would be symmetrical, so there's no point in drawing it again. So on this one we could do maybe 3 sides. So to do that, we want to also put a 90 degree from this point and exactly 45 degrees. And then we're going to transfer this line here. Great, so now I have all the guidelines I need, and now I can get started with the side view on this particular side. I need to know how far up to make it so it's consistent with the other two. So for that reason, I'm going to make sure to extend the bottom line. So now I can see exactly where to put my template. Now I need the height of the shank, and now this one is going to come down and around. So I'm going to have exactly the same on the other side. And now we can look at the cabochon, and we can look at the rest of the details. Since the cabochon will be hiding some of the stones at the back, then I'm going to draw the cabochon in first. And then this one is going to be at an angle. Now, are we going to see the stone? That will be very difficult to see the stone from there. Good. So that would be the second side view. And once again, we can actually draw that in. So there we have a good design, which shows you the working details of the top, the sides, and the end view of this ring shank. This would be perfect to be able to show your manufacturer and to get a good result.
Since 2007, the Jewellery Design and Management International School has given thousands of people the confidence to create quality jewellery. Established in Singapore, In the heart of Southeast Asia, JDMIS has conducted courses for some of the world's most distinguished jewelry companies, as well as passionate amateurs and those ready for a career in the jewelry industry. Specializing in the jewelry arts, JDMIS provides exceptional education in jewelry design, fabrication, gemology, and business. The tools that students receive from JDMIS on their first day have traveled with many along the road of jewelry making success. Tanja Sadow, founder of the JDMIS, is an award-winning jewelry designer and renowned jewelry educator with over 30 years of experience training the jewelry industry. Tanja, with her team of expert jewelry artists and instructors, created the JDMIS curriculum to be comprehensive yet flexible. Small class sizes, personalized attention, and an unmatched support network ensure that each participant leaves with the knowledge, skill, and confidence to succeed in the jewelry industry. Designed for the jewelry trade, training at JDMIS is fast-paced and packed with useful practical information. But with a diverse range of participants, courses are also great fun. Learning at their own pace, participants study the latest information about gemstones and jewelry styles. They gain confidence using the best of traditional and contemporary techniques and learn how to apply each of these skills to their businesses. All JDMIS courses are completely modular and they can be taken individually. For each skill they learn, students receive a certificate and can combine these skills to receive a comprehensive diploma qualification. Graduates in more than 42 countries delight friends and relatives with their unique creations. Many graduates showcase their pieces online, and JDMIS's brightest stars operate their own successful retail jewelry businesses, designing and producing exquisite jewelry that enchants their customers. The possibilities are endless. What will you create?